I'd like to introduce the eKum Nye program, the program that we have online. It's intended for individual study. That doesn't mean you couldn't do small groups, which actually would be very nice. If you can get a group together and do Kum Nye in somebody's house or a small room somewhere, that would be perfect. But the idea of this program is individual study in the sense that you study the books. Most people who do Kum Nye are accustomed that somebody is leading them, guiding them. Now you do this, now you do that, now you do this. And that works. But the approach of this program is very different. So in the lessons, you won't find a guidance. What you can find is that there are suggestions what you can do when you're doing the exercises. So you really need to study the exercise in the book. You read it, you try to get it, how to do it. And then there's suggestions on how you can embellish it or how you can deepen it. Of course, we have Kum Nye CDs with guided practices, and you can sit. We have about 10, 15 of them. They're an hour long, 2 hours, and you can sit and be guided. But this is really for you to go into the source of the Kum Nye. It's my conviction that if you read the text of the Kum Nye, and ideally you copy the exercises before you do them, or once a week you take one, you actually go into the source of where Kum Nye is coming from. If I would lead you through a practice, it might help you to relax, takes away stress for sure, and actually you become much more whole again when you do the practices. But this is different. This is a different approach. So you read the exercises, you try to make it yours. If you write it, it comes into your hand, into your arm, and into your body. And then there are some suggestions. So the basic setup is there's first some theory, which comes from Tartan Tulku's book Kum Nye, Tibetan Yoga, and Joy of Being. So first some theory, and then there is a suggested sequence of exercises that takes about 60 minutes to 90 minutes. And of course you can make them longer and shorter. You can do them quick one day, you can do one very slow. And I would suggest you take a week for that, to do these practices in this order. And then there is a section with suggestions for the day. There's always a 5-minute meditation suggestion. The idea behind that is that we're running around a lot and we never really have a moment to sit and come into our being, to let our breath find its rhythm. And my experience is, and it's really, I heard this also in the Tibetan Buddhist traditions, that for us it might be much better to do 3 or 5-minute meditations than to try to sit for 3 minutes and try to become calm. Kum Nye helps you very quickly to become calm. So if you do a Kum Nye exercise once a day, or the series that are suggested, and then during your work day or whatever your day is happening, if you can just take 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. I do it the same time every day if I can. So I take 5 minutes, I close my eyes, and I do 5-minute meditations. And I find that they work. Now very often people give me a long list of why it's not possible to do 5-minute meditations. But I don't really want to listen too much to those excuses. You must be able to make 5 minutes in your life for something that's important for you. So you take 5 minutes and you do a practice, and sometimes it's the same for 2 or 3 weeks, and sometimes it changes. So there's first theory, then there's a suggested sequence of exercises, and you study the exercises in the book. Then suggestions for the practice during the day, so not in your official Kum Nye, but 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. And then there is suggested reading. Actually, it's not so suggested, it's really required. So if you want to go deeper, it's important to practice with the body and to study with your mind. They feed each other. It may not seem that way. It may seem that the theory is not directly connected to the body, but it is. So they somehow feed each other. So do the practices, do the readings, do the copying if you can, and gradually your mind and your body begin to merge with the body of knowledge that is behind the words, where the words are coming from, where the insights are coming from. So good luck, and you can always send us an email at ekn@dharmapublishing.com or contact@kumnyeyoga.com, and you can ask questions or come up with recommendations. So please have the books with you, because that's where the knowledge is. Good luck.